In the wild thoughts go, we laugh, we cry, yeah, we let it roll. Healing through a joke and a story for the soul. This, that, LeVar Walker Show. Turn it up loud, let the whole block know. From pain to punchlines, watch the wisdom glow. Yeah, this, that, LeVar Walker Show. Oh yeah, you turn scars into skits, old wounds into bits. Every call in, every friend feels like Sunday once again. From the grind to the glow up, glass half empty, you pour more up. You take the weight we hold below and lift it on the LeVar Walker Show. This, that, LeVar Walker Show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry, yeah, we let it roll. Healing through a joke and a story for the soul. This, that, LeVar Walker Show. Turn it up loud, let the whole block know. From pain to punchlines, watch the wisdom glow. Yeah, this, that, LeVar Walker Show. Hey, some days heavy, some days light. You still find a way to make it feel alright. When the world's too loud, when the bill's too high, I press play, hear your voice, and I remember why. This, that, LeVar Walker Show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry.
Oh my goodness. Welcome back. What's going on, good people? Welcome back to the greatest show on the face of the earth. We're here at the LeVar Walker Show podcast. Hope all of y'all are doing good. Shout out to everybody on YouTube and Facebook and Threads, Instagram, and everybody everywhere. Shout out to you guys. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we just go get in here and talk about this a little bit. There have been no rap songs are in the Billboard Hot 100 to be in the top 40 for the first time since 1990. I'm gonna say that again. No rap songs are in the Billboard Hot 100 for the first time since 1990. And this shows me a decline on a couple of things. It shows me a decline just in rap itself and how hip hop is, of course, dying. And also just a decline overall in the culture. You know what I mean? Not even just the culture, but just not even the culture, but just the landscape of entertainment. Just the landscape of the only thing you need now is to be able to harbor attention. Like, and just the way the business has changed. So hip hop at this point, since 1990, a 35-year run, hip hop now is dead. It's dead. I don't know what else to say. Shout out to the legacy artists. Of course, Tip put his album out. I think the album is phenomenal. You do have those guys from the old school that are still doing their thing. They're still able to generate ticket sales. But for this new generation, streaming, I would guess, because I'm almost 50, streaming has now taken the place of rap. It just has. And I mean, when you look at the economics of that, it seems to me like, well, yeah, why not just stream? If a child can sit in a room and make millions of dollars garnering attention and sell products without having to be in a slimy record contract or some deal, then why not? Why not? Why put shackles on yourself to even be a rapper or to be a singer or to be some type of artist when you look at the parameters and dynamics of that business, it's just a really horrible business. And it's been built on the backs of people for years and years. I know everybody went to the funeral of Clive Davis. I'm sure Clive Davis has done some wonderful things in certain artists' life, but he has a lot of dirt on his hands, man. A lot of blood on his hands. A lot of artists he got over with because, the music business is a very exploitative business. You're gonna be exploited. They're gonna take every dime you have, and you just getting this loan that you can probably never pay back. And it's just all a numbers game. You get 100 artists, only two or three of them are gonna pop, and then those artists need to recoup not only their costs, but they're recouping costs for the money you lost on the other artists, because this is a game of randomization. It's really a game of randomization. No matter how we look at entertainment, no matter how it's packaged up, it's a game of randomization. I hate to use the term luck. I talked about this before, because to use the term luck would be to say, well, why attempt to do anything? But luck is typically when opportunity meets preparation. But the only way you're going to increase your chances of said luck is by increasing the chances that you're taking, increasing the content of the output you're putting out, increasing showing up, and then bettering your skill. And then you just put it together and make it. But as far as hip hop, what did we do? What did we do as a community to just let it sink to literally the bottom of the ocean floor, where we celebrated probably for the last 25, 30 years the destruction of our own, um, the people coming into hip hop that could barely write a sentence, the people coming in that are inarticulate, and the machines that push those people forward, leaving everybody else out. Like, we haven't even had a big artist. Like, who's the new big artist? I mean, would you say NBA Youngboy? Who's the new guy? This is the only time I think in entertainment, like literally with rap, and rap is not necessarily that old. I mean, rap, I'm the same age as rap. Rap is like 50 years of age. Rap actually started when I was born. So you look at the rap or the landscape of rap and it being a young man's game, but it's really not even a young man's game anymore, because Kanye is 49 selling out. I mean, he's selling arenas in 1980. Could you imagine a 49-year-old selling some shit out? Like Kanye on his James Brown living in America age, and he's the hottest thing smoking in rap. And Jay-Z is pushing 60, and Jay-Z is, I guess, getting ready to roll out, do a big rollout, doing pop-up shops, getting ready to do the Yankee Stadium. But the culture just has no more stars. Like literally, we cook. Like, I don't know where this goes. Like, we're just barreling to the bottom at this point. And I'm gonna ask y'all too, as consumers, and I want y'all to come in here on the chat, and you can answer this for me. Do you feel any inspiration from the things that you see? Like, for real, do you feel like there's any type of inspiration from when Michael Jackson was when I was young and I watched Michael Jackson, I was inspired by Michael Jackson. When I saw Denzel Washington acting, he brought me great inspiration. When I saw, Tupac and all the various rappers back in those days, they really brought inspiration. They made you feel something. And I don't know, maybe because I'm in the business, but I'm just asking y'all, as the consumer, do you feel anything in this current state of entertainment? You know what I mean? Have you watched something and felt the goosebumps? Like the last time I felt anything, the only nostalgia that I felt probably in the last 90 days was actually going to watch the Michael Jackson movie. You know what I mean? It just brought back those memories and those goosebumps, and just that whole Michael era. And even with basketball, you know what I mean? Like, I was inspired by Michael Jordan. Like, these were the people that inspired me. But now the inspiration is just done, bro. It's so sad. To the point, I guess we just all gonna be programmed robots, and our lives are being controlled by algorithms, and we just sit behind these computers and just talk to each other and shit. It is insane to me. Like, that's literally where we at right now. Shout out to Michael Bush. Michael Bush saying it's a sickness amongst the youth. I don't even think the youth care about rap no more. I don't think they care. Shout out to the BG Rob 0920. The rap industry has collapsed on itself. I will 100% agree. What about Professor Independent for 20 years? I don't know who you talking about right there. And rap is music that was built on sampling other cultures and music and adding a hip hop twist. We are now copying copies of copies. And that's big. Shout out to Big Rob 0920 for making that for seeing that. And that's something that Prince said before he died. He said they're remixing songs, they're going to be making the remix of the remix. And now you have AI. And AI is just picking up small pieces of everybody and just copying. So it's like everything is just becoming so bland. And I just think as a human being, we're losing feeling, we're losing a sense of community, we're losing just primarily everything that even mattered. Like, that's just how I feel right now. Even with these algorithms, now they made them so you can't even talk to the people that know you. You can't even talk to people that know you. People that decide to follow you, they follow you and won't ever see you again. That's how they've made this shit. So it's very, very weird. I just don't know where we go from here. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. Entertainer on drums. As a musician, I feel now there's nothing inspirational in a positive way. It's just not, bro. Everything sucks. Everything sucks. And shout out to Torrance. Torrance 88896 has become a new member on my membership page right on YouTube. On that page, I have like behind the scenes stuff. It's like $5 a month. I appreciate you joining the party, Torrance. And also, too, in rap, I heard today that 50 Cent is going to perform or do something with Donald Trump. I think 50 Cent and Ja Rule are doing, I don't know if it's a MAGA convention or whatever. And then previously, you saw Jay-Z sitting with Ivanka Trump and Jared, her husband, at a Trump thing. And what's so interesting to me, for people to think that 50 or Jay-Z or any of these guys really care about you. These guys are capitalists. They're businessmen. They don't give a damn about no culture, none of that shit. Y'all need to wake the fuck up and quit thinking like they care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn. I don't even know why people are up in arms or even act surprised by it. They don't care. They're going to do the best thing that makes business sense to push movies, TV, whatever music is left, you know? And then I just think too, with the music business and rap, I used to watch Unsung all the time. I will always watch Unsung. And if you watch enough Unsungs, let me tell you. So Unsung was a show just about artists and artists that had these careers and they fell off. And every Unsung, it was the same story. Well, even before the dope came in, they signed these ridiculous contracts where they literally are in handcuffs and just slaves to a label. Literally, that's really what happened. Like, just slaves. Even when I think of Michael Jackson, in every Michael Jackson movie, in all the Michael Jackson movies, they always make it so that Berry Gordy is like this savior. Every Michael Jackson movie, Berry Gordy is like this fucking angel. And it's like, bro, have y'all seen them slave Motown contracts? Now, I'm not saying you didn't have artists to go on, but the contracts that Berry Gordy had niggas in chains. No different from the white boys. They all do the same thing because they all capitalists. And I just think in the music business, it's like you gonna get fucked either way. You gonna either let the black guy fuck you or the white guy fuck you. But you gonna get fucked. What, and I guess it's better to get fucked by your own kind. I really don't know, but like that's just the nature of the game. It's a hard business. It's wild, man. It is wild. But what's going on? Wake up, Mr. Fresh. I called you, bro. You ain't pick up. We are in here. We are in here today, good people. Let me see. Let me go to my, y'all know how we like to do. You know, I like to sit up and, Jesus Christ. This can't be real. Look at it. I know this is off topic, but this was at the BET Awards. I this is the singer Jacquees standing next to Nia Long. And Nia Long is 5'2". Maybe she got some heels on, but that's Jacquees standing next to her. And Jacquees is the baby daddy of DeAndre Sanders, who's been complaining about Jacquees. And DeAndre Sanders is the daughter of Deion Sanders, one of the greatest athletes and coaches of all time. But for whatever reason, DeAndre decided to have a baby with a hobbit. Literally. Isn't that interesting? Like her father was a Greek god of a man. And she says, you know what? I'm going to mess up my DNA and my lineage by procreating with a hobbit, because that is what he is. And then had a nerve to complain and cry about the shit with this small man. Hopefully this child, and we're going to have to pray, that this baby gets the DNA from the mama, the height, so the daddy's height to kick in, because that's just rough. That's rough. To be that short, you got to have special gifts and talents. Your ass cooked. You chopped out here, bro. Be that small. Now, I'm not the biggest man in the world, but goddamn, you walk around here 4'11", you in trouble, brother. You better be a charming, dancing motherfucker, to trick a woman into liking you, because she doesn't feel protected because you're a tiny man. That's what happens. And tiny niggas is evil. And I definitely got to do a video on that picture. We got to do a reaction video to that. Oh my goodness. So Clarence Thomas, he just slammed the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court today slapped down Donald Trump's decision to terminate birthright citizenship. And Clarence Thomas says, I'm not sure that today's opinion will stand the test of time. The citizenship clause added greatly to the dignity and glory of American citizenship. Today's opinion devalues this citizenship. I respectfully dissent. So I guess they don't want foreigners having children on our soil and being able to be citizens. Now, I will say, I don't know if in other countries, if I have a child, because we got to play devil's advocate. I know people going to look at this one-sided. And I want y'all to come in because I don't want to get too political, but answer this question for me. If I have a baby in another country, does that baby get the citizenship in that country outside of the United States? That's what I want to know. Can somebody answer that? If you born on American soil, they're saying you are an American citizen. But Donald Trump has said that was put in place for the slaves and not for people outside of the country. Okay, no, they aren't and never will. Okay, well, that's a great argument then. So why do they get to have the child here and that child gets citizenship when Americans can't go have a baby in another country and the baby gets citizenship in that country? Because I know people say, well, that sounds mean, it sounds crass, but that's just the truth. So I want to play devil's advocate with that. But anyway, let's just keep it moving along. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that was Nia Long in that picture. That was Nia Long. Best thing for America to do is to use Mexico's immigration policies. Let's look those up. What are Mexico's immigration policies? What up, low key 713? Thank you for coming over, checking me out. I just be over here vibing, spending time with the people. Um, let's see what Mexico's immigration policies are. We comparing right now. We comparing the policies. Like we just transitioned from talking about hip hop being dead to now we're in immigration policies. And Big Rob 0929. So let's look at that. So number one, this is Mexico's immigration policy. Short-term visits for casual travel, Mexico remains highly accessible, though enforcement at the border has become much stricter. The 180-day rule. Citizens from over 70 countries, including the US, Canada, UK, and EU nations, do not need a prearranged visa for tourism or business stays under 180 days. Okay. The FMM tourist card, upon entry, visitors receive a forma migratoria multiple, increasingly issued digitally or visa, a passport stamp at major airports, strict discretion. Border agents are no longer automatically granted the full 100 day. You must state your travel plan, show proof of a return flight or hotel reservation. Otherwise, agents routinely issue shorter limits matching your itinerary. Okay, temporary residency. Grants indefinite stay, right to work freely in Mexico. Okay. It sounds good to me. The 2026 government project fee, temporary and permanent resident have doubled. A 1 year temporary resident card jumped 11,140 MXNs. Okay. You say look up Mexico cartel policies. Huh. I don't know nothing about no Mexico cartel. Mm. Oh well, guys, I don't have much to talk about. Let's listen to what Ebro has to say about 50 Cent Ja Rule. 50 Cent, Ja Rule, Busta Rhymes, and Timbaland agreed to perform at Donald Trump Jr.'s MAGA Club in honor of the United States 250th anniversary.
I don't like it. Let's just start there. I think it's whack.
And these other names, how about?
I think it's whack for all of y'all. Ja Rule, Busta, 50, Timbaland. I think it's trash. I think it's whack. I think it's trash. And I know y'all don't need the money. So let's put that over there. The reason y'all are doing this is because you want the business relationships and you see these business opportunities for yourself. So
you don't think in some cases it's just grab a bag?
I don't think it's just grab a bag at a private.
But $500 for an easy private performance.
It's not five. No, it's $500 membership for the club.
We don't know what they got paid.
We don't know. I don't know what they're getting paid. But yeah, okay, maybe it is just a bag. But a lot of these dudes, even when you see, who did we see? Ivanka Trump and Hove and B, and they were sitting at the fundraiser table, right? Like it's all just big money. It doesn't mean that 50's vote. First of all, I don't even know if 50's ever voted. So as much as he's chimed in on politics, do we know if he's actually ever cast a vote?
No, he's never endorsed anyone.
And right.
50 would not be progressive, by the way.
I'm not saying he would. I'm just saying
for people to be surprised, what ideals has he ever espoused that would make you think he's like on board with like great progressive ideology?
Exactly.
Nothing.
No
disrespect. It's just true.
So I have zero expectations, but I think it's whack. I think it's trash.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm just surprised. Like I said, I talked about that earlier today. I'm just surprised they surprised by this. Like, this shit a business, bro. They don't give a damn. People, we in a capitalist system, and most people are for self. So you can't have expectations on a person to move outside of that. Your only expectation it should be for the person to be for self. Like, that's just what it is. I mean, it's not a perfect world, but that's just what it is. Well, let me see. Big Rob, American policies always seem harsh when Trump is attached to them. He shoes other nations based his budget move staying. Okay. They hate on the artists, but they're just musicians. They perform their art. It's not really a clan, rather, they just hated on. Okay. Until black culture has a way to punish or pay people independently of white salaries would keep happening. Okay. Great points, Big Rob. Shout out to Big Rob. Oh well. Well, guys, this is slow news day today. I don't have nothing to. I don't want to do the T.I. impression. Man, that's like one of my first big jokes, bro. I'm tired, but I did it. It was good when it was good. Well, anyway, guys, I'm out. Y'all be blessed.